Welcome to the Security Brief for Week 52. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and share this news. To our first story, in what can only be described as the ultimate gotcha moment of the year, a U.S. federal judge has ruled that Israeli spyware maker NSO Group is guilty of hacking into a whopping 1,400 WhatsApp accounts. That's right, this spyware company didn't just read the room, they hacked the group chat, stole your memes, and probably left you on scene. The legal showdown began when WhatsApp's parent company, Meta, aka the company formerly known as Facebook, took NSO to court. The accusation? Exploiting a bug in WhatsApp's video calling feature to sneak in their Pegasus spyware. Pegasus, for those not in the loop, is basically the James Bond of spyware, able to snoop on your messages, photos, location, and even your embarrassing karaoke attempts via your phone's microphone. It's the digital equivalent of someone crashing your party and rummaging through your underwear drawer. The spyware company claimed they only sell Pegasus to governments to fight crime and terrorism. That's all fine and dandy, but the evidence told a different story. Pegasus has been used to spy on journalists, activists, diplomats, and, get this, government officials. It's like selling a bazooka and saying, we're sure it'll only be used to shoot down mosquitoes. Meanwhile, NSO is no stranger to the legal hot seat. Back in 2021, they got slapped with U.S. sanctions for their spyware shenanigans. Apple even jumped into the fray, suing them for hacking iPhones. When both Silicon Valley and Uncle Sam gang up on you, you know you've messed up. Moving on. The FBI has officially linked a jaw-dropping $308 million cryptocurrency theft to none other than the infamous North Korean hacker collective known as Trader. Yes, even North Korea has its version of Ocean's 11, except instead of robbing a casino, they're hitting up Japanese crypto exchanges like DMM Bitcoin. Back in May 2024, DMM Bitcoin experienced what can only be described as a financial exorcism. Over 4,500 Bitcoin disappeared, forcing the exchange to lock down accounts, halt crypto withdrawals, and put trading on hold. Cue the FBI, who now say that this digital daylight robbery was the work of Trader, also known by their aliases Jade Sleet, UNC 4899, and the rather poetic Slow Pisces. A versatile crew, these hackers apparently juggle crime and branding effortlessly. According to investigators, the cyber caper began in March 2024. The hackers didn't storm in guns blazing but went full James Bond with social engineering. One of them posed as a legit recruiter on LinkedIn, targeting an employee at Ginkgo, a Japanese cryptocurrency wallet company. Picture this. Hi there, we think you'd be perfect for our super secret job. All you have to do is complete this pre-employment test on GitHub. While the FBI works on tracking down the stolen funds, the rest of us are left wondering, how does one even begin to recover $308 million in Bitcoin? Do the hackers just sit in their secret lair counting digital stacks? Or do they cash out at some underground crypto ATM in Pyongyang? One thing is clear, North Korea isn't just test launching missiles, they're launching full-scale cyber offensives. Whether it's nukes or NFTs, these guys are playing a high-stakes game. And so far, it seems like they've got the cheat codes. Moving on. Volkswagen software arm, Cariad, accidentally exposed data from 800,000 electric cars, including precise geolocations and customer info, in a massive cloud security blunder. For months, terabytes of sensitive data for VW, Audi, Seat, and Skoda vehicles were left unprotected on Amazon servers, allowing anyone with basic skills to track cars down to the centimeter. The Chaos Computer Club, CCC, ethical hackers extraordinaire, discovered the issue in November and alerted Cariad, which fixed the leak within hours. But not before Spiegel journalists linked the data to politicians and even police patrol cars, proving pseudonymization wasn't as secure as claimed. Cariad insists no malicious actors accessed the data, and the breach was purely a misconfiguration. They defended their data collection, saying it helps improve car features. But let's face it, leaving your privacy in the cloud isn't exactly a selling point. Lesson learned? Always double-check your digital locks. Moving on, the White House has revealed that a ninth U.S. telecommunications company has fallen victim to Chinese hackers in a cyber espionage campaign affecting dozens of countries. The culprits? A group known as Salt Typhoon, or Earth Estries, Famous Sparrow, Ghost Emperor, and UNC 2286, depending on the day, renowned for targeting government and telecom sectors since 2019. Deputy National Security Advisor Ann Neuberger warned that China is actively targeting critical U.S. infrastructure, urging companies to do the basics of cybersecurity. While no classified communications appear compromised, officials remain unsure if the hackers have been fully removed. In response, CISA has advised government officials to switch to encrypted apps like Signal and issued security guidance for telecom systems. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is cracking down, banning China Telecom's U.S. operations and considering restrictions on TP-Link routers. With legislation on the horizon to strengthen telecom defenses, it's clear the U.S. isn't taking these breaches lightly. The message? Lock it down or risk getting locked out. Moving on, in a troubling development for cybersecurity, hackers are actively exploiting a denial of service (DoS) vulnerability in Palo Alto Networks firewalls to disable their protections. The flaw, tracked as CVE 2024-3393, allows attackers to force firewalls into rebooting and, with repeated attacks, push them into maintenance mode, rendering them useless until manually restored. The vulnerability lies in the DNS security feature of Palo Alto Networks' PAN-OS software. An unauthenticated attacker can send malicious packets that trigger a reboot, disrupting firewall operations. Devices with DNS security logging enabled are particularly at risk. Impacted versions include PAN-OS October 1, 14 and earlier. While patches are available for most versions, PAN-OS 11.0, which reached end of life in November, will not be updated. Customers relying on this version must mitigate manually. This vulnerability is actively exploited, causing outages as firewalls block malicious packets. With DNS security logging disabled as a stopgap, organizations may face reduced visibility into DNS-related threats. The takeaway? If you rely on Palo Alto Networks firewalls, patch immediately or follow mitigation steps to avoid downtime. Hackers aren't waiting, neither should you. Moving on, a new Mirai-based botnet is targeting vulnerabilities in DigiEver NVRs, TP-Link routers, and Teltonica devices, compromising outdated systems and enlisting them into a botnet army. Active since September, the botnet exploits a remote code execution flaw in DigiEver DS 2105 Pro NVRs, allowing hackers to inject commands via the /cgi-bin/cgi_main.cgi URI. Additional vulnerabilities include CVE 2023-1389 on TP-Link devices, and CVE 2018-17532 on Teltonica Route 9XX routers. Hackers leverage these flaws to send malicious HTTP post requests, fetching malware binaries that turn devices into botnet members. The botnet uses advanced encryption techniques like XOR and ChaCha20 and targets various architectures including x86, ARM, and MIPs. Once compromised, devices are used for DDoS attacks or to infect other systems. Persistence is achieved through cron jobs, making it harder to remove. Researchers from Akamai note the botnet employs evolving tactics that go beyond the original Mirai malware code. Indicators of compromise and Yara detection rules are available in Akamai's report. If you're using affected devices, updating firmware, monitoring for unusual activity, and securing configurations is critical to avoid becoming the botnet's next victim. Stay patched and stay secure. That's it for this week's news. Which story did you find most interesting, or any story that you wish was included? Make sure you comment under. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you soon.